This one might ring a bell, 47. Your target is Mark Faber, also known as the Undying. A disgraced former MI5 operative currently working as a freelance assassin. Faber has been confirmed killed by ICA agents more than a dozen times. On every occasion, he has managed to come back from the dead. We have confirmation that Faber has a meeting in the Miami Bayside Center to review details on a new target. An informant at the site has provided us with reliable intel on Faber's expected movement around the center. This information has revealed several viable approaches. As you know, our inside man is meeting with the target. Acquire the right disguise, and he'll get you inside the heart of the building. Up close and personal is risky, but favors the clean kill. Alternatively, smuggle in a sniper rifle via briefcase. The race tower is a perfect vantage point, but access is restricted. Race security is high. Get through the locked door and time your shot perfectly. Or infiltrate through the staff entrance at the back of the building. Access the second floor using the elevator shaft. Move unseen inside the weapons demo room and infiltrate as you see fit. Act once an opportunity presents itself. Or rig the room to your advantage and leave unseen. Be mindful, however. The repercussions of being exposed here would be severe. I'm confident even more opportunities will reveal themselves once you arrive on site. 47, I feel I'm repeating myself a little bit here, but please, make sure he doesn't come back. Again. Good luck.
Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to the Undying returns Elusive Target. This is this easy silent assassin method. I've got two methods here showing you for you. I know it's a long video, but it's because I'm showing two different methods here. If you want to skip to that one, I'll leave a timestamp on the screen. If you want to skip to that one, the first one's going to be more about knockouts and stuff like that. And, you know, there's no waiting around. It's to sort of knock out a lot of people and then get to the target himself. The second one's going to be more stealthy and more about infiltrating and less about all the knocking outs and stuff like that. But there is a small 3 or 4 minute waiting period at the end of the mission for that to happen, for everything to fall into place. So whichever you want to do, it's entirely up to you. Like I said, I'll leave the timestamp on the screen. But for the first one, you want to bring all your default equipment and make sure you bring your briefcase. Just bring your briefcase. This makes it a lot easier to subdue people. So for the first method, I said that we're going to go for all the knockout methods. So straight away, we're going to knock out this dude over here, and then dump his body in the closet. And then we're going to go ahead and take his disguise. And we're going to retrieve the briefcase as well. Inside it, we've just brought along some coins. You don't have to bring the lethal poison like I showed in the little screenshot there, but that was just for another experiment. You don't need anything really, you need a pistol to shoot that camera out. And bring along your briefcase for a knockout option. You need to talk to this guy here.
You're the one I've been expecting. A special guest.
I am.
Okay, so like I told your superiors, I can get you inside the meeting, but that's it. What you do from there is up to you. Got it?
And once you stop rabbiting on, we can head on upstairs.
Now let's go. They're expecting us upstairs.
And we're going to initiate on what we're about to do. So we're actually going to take out a person that Mark Faber, Sean Bean, is actually going to meet. And we're going to take out the researchers that are in the room first, and then by the time that's all done and we've required to use disguise, also watch out for this enforcer right here in front of us. But by the time all that stuff's done, you'll see Mark Faber walk towards the laboratory area. That's where we're going to take him out there. So you're just going to come into this room over here. You is momentarily going to come into this room over here. You is the guy in the back with the bluish coat on. Once he comes in the room, we're just going to close the door and knock him out. We're not going to put his body in this crate though. Just keep that in mind. Once we knock him out, we're not going to put his body in this crate. We're going to actually hide it a little bit later in somewhere else. So you just want to go ahead and close this door, knock out this target, and then put his disguise on and just drag his body away from the door. Just make sure he's not in any line of sight to any of the researchers in the opposite room, I should say. So just leave him here. Retrieve our briefcase. We're going to go into the lab area now, I'm going to take out these researchers. One of them's going to come into this room over here anyway, so we're just going to wait for him to come in. And then once he does, we're going to close the door and knock him out. You don't have to hide these bodies if you don't really want to, but I've decided to just put at least the first one you need to put in the locker. So I put at least one of these in the locker anyway, because you're going to need to track the second person in this area anyway. Or you can just go back in the lab and just knock him out and drag him into this area. It doesn't really matter. But we're just going to go ahead and close this door. Knock him out. And drag his body into the room here, where we just left the others. And for the sake of it, just for the sake of it, just going to put his body here into the locker as well. As for the original person we knocked out, you, we're actually going to drag his body into that room as well. So just going to drag him into the room where we just knocked out the other two. Like I said, that this is all about just getting all the people out of the way that will spot you a little bit later on. So none of these people are going to catch you taking out Mark Faber, Sean Bean in that case, and we should be able to take him out no issues. So now that's all cleaned up and I've got the correct disguise on. Let's wait for this enforcer to go past. That's Robert Knox, by the way. And we're going to head back to the room where Mark Faber is, aka Sean Bean. And he should be finishing up his meeting right about now. So we're just going to enter the room. We'll take a seat, why not? And he should be exiting the room around about this point in the mission, around about the 4-minute mark. We're just going to go ahead and follow him. He's going to have 2 bodyguards following him. And we're going to take those out in the room that we took out you in. Very simple to take out these 2 guards. And then Sean Bean's going to be up all by himself. And that gives us an opportunity to take him out any way you want to. If you really wanted to and you were scared of his body being found, you can go ahead and bring a syringe with you, like a lethal syringe, and then stab him with a lethal syringe. And that way, if his body, even if his body is found, you know, he won't get spotted. But his body doesn't get found anyway, so I wouldn't even bother just trying that option, unless you're really, really worried. In that case, go ahead. It's up to you. At the end of the day, I'm only your guide. In terms of this elusive target, it is exactly the same as the original Undying. This is why I'm showing you different methods. The only difference I can tell is there's some different lines in the dialogue of the briefing, and different line. Mark Faber himself has got an eye patch because most people stabbed him in the eye with a thing. So once we're in this room here, we're just going to go ahead and talk to him. After this little conversation, he's going to go into the lab to the left, and his guards are going to want to follow him. And just before his last guard follows him, we're going to go ahead and knock him out, but making sure we close the door before we do that.
I'll leave that entirely up to you, Mr. Faber. I'm all about freedom of approach. Very well.
So this other guard's going to go in first. Once he's in there, we're going to bump into this guard first. Close the door. Get behind this guard, and then knock him out with a briefcase. Drag his body, then dump him in the crate. Make sure you hit him from the back. If you don't hit him from the back, you'll lose your silent assassin rating. Once you've done that and hit his body in there, we're going to go ahead and distract this other guard by throwing a briefcase in the room. He's going to come and investigate the sound, and we're going to do the same thing with him. Knock him out, put him in the crate, close the door. And then Mark Faber will be all by himself. If you're fast enough, you can get over to the pen and then smash his face into the pen once again. And this time, hopefully, he is gone for good. At least if they bring him back in a different way, like a different map or something. I really hope that's the case. So we're going to hide that body there. If you want to, you can go grab the disguise out of the crate if you want to, but this disguise is more than good enough to exit the mission. You'll see the camera lasers there on the floor, but you don't need to worry about that. It doesn't spot you. So from this point, we're just going to exit the mission. Just go back out the way we came. Obviously retrieving our briefcase. You don't have to do that, but I just want to bring it anyway. And we're also going to retrieve our suit as well, because I thought, why not? While we're here, we may as well leave out in style. I don't know how to do the dolphin exit. I completely forgot how to do it. That's why I didn't exit that way. Therefore, we have to run all the way to the main entrance, which is kind of annoying, but it's not that bad. So we've got our nice phantom suit going on here. So we're just going to run straight to the exit. So for the benefit of the video, I'll just cut to the exit point. So once we have exited right there, we know we've got the Silent Assassin because the Silent Assassin tracker is clearly indicated that it's still green. Therefore, we still got the Silent Assassin rating. Nothing has gone wrong there. We have knocked out quite a few people, so I can understand if this is a little bit unappealing. That's why I've brought in the second clip that I've got for you. But just to confirm, there's a Silent Assassin, the Undying. We've got the robot as well as a reward, which is like a remote explosive, but it's a flashbang. But there's the Silent Assassin rating for the Undying returns. So now we can move on to the second clip on the second option, or the second method I should say, of taking out Mark Faber in a more stealthy way, I should say. For this method, we don't need to bring any equipment at all. Maybe just bring the pistol, but you don't need to bring the fish like I showed you on there. I said fish there, I don't know why I said fish. But once we've started the mission up there, you don't need to, like I said, you just need the default items really. You don't need anything else. But what we are going to acquire ourselves is a disguise. So we're just going to leap over this wall first. Go ahead and knock him out and put him in the closet if you want to, or grab this disguise here on this box. Again, I'm going for minimal knockout, so I'm not going to knock him out this time. I'm going to go ahead and talk to Dave Reddy. It's important you talk to him, otherwise the chain of events that happens upstairs with Sean Bean isn't going to happen for quite a while if you don't engage in this conversation first. It can get a little bit annoying, especially when you're trying to practice a few runs and you have to constantly talk to this guy, but luckily that's why I'm here. I'm here to suffer all the bad things so you guys don't have to. So I'm teaching you the easiest ways to do these things. So once we've done that now, we're going to go ahead and come over here in this area and we're going to grab the crowbar. Don't worry about getting spotted by the camera because we're going to take the cameras out a little bit later on anyway. And we're going to grab that crowbar. And once we grab that crowbar, we're just going to break our way through this gate. And then we're going to make our way upstairs. Upstairs is going to be a guard. So with the coins we have, we're going to throw a coin into the corner. And then we're going to go ahead and knock out the guard and take his disguise. And this is the only disguise you're really going to need. So once he goes over towards the coin, that's when you get the crowbar and just throw it at his head. Or the fish, whichever's more preferable for you. And we're just going to drag his body away from the door as well. There is a person inside the room. So just to make sure, we're just going to grab that body and move it out of the way of the door. And once we've got this disguise, now we're going to head upstairs. We'll go through this window. If you're asking why I'm not going up taking the stairs instead of going up the window here, the reason why I'm going up this pipe up to the top instead of taking the stairs is because there's an enforcer at the top with his disguise on, and we're actually going to go back the same way once we've finished what we're about to do as well. First of all, we're going to take out the evidence. So once you come in the security room, make sure no one's looking at you, make sure all the guards are looking in a different direction, and then go ahead and delete the evidence. So that's all the cameras taken care of on the map. Now we're safe to go into the room at the end. There's only one enforcer in here, just watch out for him. Obviously I was a little bit quick getting into this room, so that's why I beat his sequence there. But obviously he's an enforcer, so he works the same way as any other enforcer. He's not as harsh really, but you just need to watch out for him and just sneak yourself away around there and grab the Mark Faber files that are on the desk. There's 2 photographs on there, so to make sure you get the right one, it's the Mark Faber files. Once you've done that, we're going to head back the way we came, and then leap over this balcony right here, drop down, come back through the door that we came through before, through the door, and then carry on running to the end, into this area over here. Once we're over here and in this room, we're just going to go and scan the Mark Faber picture into the robot. And then all you got to do now at this point is head to the exit, and that's pretty much. Oh, we don't need to go through there. Don't try and break over the door with the crowbar. Don't. There's an enforcer out here at this point in time on my game, so I'm just gonna wait for this enforcer to just go past. We're just gonna casually walk with them, casually walk with the entourage, make it look like I'm one of the guys. So if you don't want to get involved with this NPC here, we can just take the way we came, go back the way we came. Now I try to put this disguise back on. There's no need to, but I thought this was my suit, and I completely forgot that it wasn't my suit. So yeah, I ended up putting this on. But you can go back and grab your suit if you wanted to, but it's not necessary whatsoever. You can just go ahead straight to the exit, and all we got to do at that point is just wait. And that is all it takes. You just got to wait for about the 9-minute mark, and once you hit around about the 9-minute mark, that is when the robot, once the showcase is happening with him and that new researcher, he's going to show him the robot, and the robot's going to see him and detect him and shoot him right in the face. And that is going to be that for the Silent Assassin. I'm just going to skip to the ending here, because once we get to the exit, we're just going to wait around for about 3 or 4 minutes or so. Like I said, this one's a lot more stealthy, but you know, obviously you've got a lot of waiting around to do. But it's entirely up to you which one you want, which one you prefer. In terms of what I prefer, I think I probably prefer this method. I think it's maybe, well, I wouldn't say easier, but it's a lot less stressing than the first one. But it's completely up to you whatever you want to do. The first one doesn't require any waiting around, and you can get it done a lot faster than you can do this one. But, you know, like I said, it's up to you. So there we see Mark Faber there getting taken out. And we don't have to wait for any pop-ups or anything like that. We can just exit the mission straight away if we want to. And once we've skipped the final bit there, the final window, and we go through the motions here, you'll see Silent Assassin of the Undying, the robot, there's a reward, and a couple of challenges if you haven't completed them already as well. So that's another Silent Assassin method you can do for the Undying Returns. Hopefully, I've got this one combined with the video I did a few months ago on the very first Elusive Target. That one still works legit. So there's 3 methods for you guys to play around with, and each one is entirely up to which one you want to do. But as for this video, like I said, it's a long one, but I just wanted to show you 2 methods. So now you have 3 methods to pick from, whichever is your preference to choose. Go for it. But that's going to do it for this video. So thank you very much for watching this long video, and drop a like if you enjoyed it, if it helped you out. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, and hit the bell notification to be notified of all future videos and live streams. Consider supporting me on Patreon, or even becoming a member of the channel by clicking the join button below or in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.